Welcome to all. In today's video lecture, we are going to learn about pseudocode and structure of the C program. With the help of the PowerPoint presentation, we learn the concept. Now I am sharing the screen. Pseudocode and structure of the C program. In the present video lecture, the following will be learned. 1. Pseudocode. 2. Structure of C program. First, we learn about the pseudocode. Pseudocode definition. Pseudocode is an informal way of programming description that does not require any strict programming language syntax. It is used for creating an outline or rough draft of a program. Pseudocode summarizes a program's flow but excludes underlying details. System designers write pseudocode to ensure that programmers understand a software project's requirements and align code accordingly. Actually, we have three types of structures. One is algorithm, second is flowchart, and third one is pseudocode. The pseudocode is intermediate between the algorithm and the actual program. It contains some features of the program and it contains some features of the algorithm, but it is not executable. It is simply only for understanding purpose we can use the pseudocode. Now we try to explain with an example. Here in this pseudocode, average of 10 numbers is computed. Now if you look into the statements of this pseudocode, it appears like a program. All the statements are appear like a program statements, but they don't have any syntax. So they are not executable, but they give a proper meaning for each statement. Start and stop indicate the starting and ending of the pseudocode. Count and total are variables to whom the values are assigned. Here there is a loop statement while with some condition. As far as the condition is true, some statements are repeated. When the condition fails, it comes to the next statement of the loop that is indicated by end while. Now later the average is calculated and then the total and average are displayed on the screen. So from this, if you observe that all the statements are like program type, but they are not executable statements. They don't have any syntax. But the presentation is better than the algorithm, because in the algorithm there will be some vagueness, but where here all the steps are clear. Next, we are going to learn about the structure of the C program. Whenever we are writing a program, we need some guidelines how to write a program. For that, we need a structure. So in the present lecture, we are going to learn about the structure of the C program. With help of that structure of the C program, we may write C programs. There are 6 sections in the structure of the C program: documentation section, link section, definition section, global declaration section, main function section, and subprogram section. Now we discuss in detail about these one by one. First, we talk about the documentation section. This is the first section of the structure of the C program, and in this section we mention the basic information about the program, like programmer's name, the date on which the program has been written, and some other details about the program for future purpose. Here the documentation section is written with the syntax slash star and some gap and again star slash. In between these two symbols, whatever we write, that becomes the comment section, and it is a non-executable statement. During the execution of the program, compiler will ignore it. Next one is link section. The link section consists of header files, and these header files are useful in linking the required library functions from the library to the program. Here, an example is shown. Hash include stdio.h. Here, stdio.h is a header file for standard input-output functions like scanf and printf. Whenever these functions are being used in the present program, they are to be fetched from the library, and they must be included into the program from the library. So that is why it has been used as hash include. So the include will include the required functions into the program at appropriate place. Next one is the definition section. In this definition section, some constant values that are frequently or repeatedly used in the program are defined in this section. For that, there is a keyword called define, which starts with a hash function, and a name is given pi and an assignment operator 3.14. Now, wherever this pi appears in the program, 3.14 replaces that value. Next one is global declaration section. In every program, there are some variables and functions which are to be used throughout the program. So in global declaration section, the variables which are known as global variables, which are used throughout the program, are declared. In addition to that, the user defined functions are also declared in the global declaration section. In the given example, float area floor R is a global declaration function or user defined function. Int a is equal to 7 is an integer variable declaration, but here a is a global variable. Now, another important section is main function section. Actually, it is the heart of the C program. The main functions section starts with a keyword called main with a prefix of data type or function type, return type, and after that there will be a open curly brace, and after there will be some statements and then closed curly brace. This main function section consists of two parts. One is called declaration part and second is called execution part. In the declaration part, all required variables are declared and assigned the values. And in execution part, we have all expressions, sub-expressions, and calculation part, and all these statements are said to be executional statements. Last one is subprogram section. In this subprogram section, it is just like a main function, but with a user-defined name, and it calculates some value that is required by the main function. The main function calls the subfunction and passes some arguments. By taking these arguments, the subprogram calculates some value and returns that value to the main function. Now, pictorially, we can try to understand the concept of structure of the C program. On the left hand side, we are seeing the sequence of layers of the structure of the C program. First, we are seeing the documentation, next link section, definition section, global declaration section, main function section, and subprogram section. Now, if you want to see in the block wise, we are seeing documentation section is used for comments, and link section is for header files. Definition section is to define some values. Global declaration section is for variable declaration and user defined function declaration. The main function is the heart of the C program, which consists of declaration part and executional part. in between the two curly braces. Subprogram almost appears as a main program but with a different name, and it computes something that is required by the main function. Frankly speaking, it is also a program, but it is working for the main program. Now on the right hand side, we are seeing some sample statements. For example, double slash or slash or star. In between, if you write something, it will become a declaration part. Sample program created by something is an example. Next, hash include stio.h, hash include con.io.h. These two are the header files for link section. Now, void function is a global declaration function or user defined function. Int a is equal to 10 is a executable statement, but here it is taken into the definition section. Then void main indicates the main function, and here between the curly braces we have some executable statements, and similarly the subprogram follows after the main function. Now by integrating all these components, the structure of the C program exists, and within this framework we write a C program. In the next slide, a sample program is shown which is written in the framework of the structure of the C program. In this, you observe that starting from line 1 to 6, it is in between the comment section, that is slash star and star slash. In between these two symbols, some statements have been written. They are comment section. They give some details about the program, but while execution, these statements are ignored by the compiler. Next one we are seeing include stoi.h. It is a link section, and it is used for scanf and printf, etc. Next, define PI 3.14, which will be used in the coming statements, which is called definition section. Now in the global declaration section, a user defined function float area float r is used. Here area is the function name and float r is the variable or argument of that function area. The main aim of this program is to calculate the area of a circle. For that, the main function, we have some variable declarations, float r, etc. And in printf function, the function is being called area r, which is a user defined function, whose definition is in the below the main function. So that is float area float r, within the curly braces written pi star r star r. This will calculate the value of pi r square and return the value to the area, and that area will be printed on the screen. So thus this program will show the all the components of the structure of the C program. Thus, from the present video we have learned the following concepts: pseudocode and its example, structure of C program, documentation section, link section, definition section, global declaration section, main function section, subfunction section, and a sample C program demonstrating the structure of the C. Thank you all. Thanks to edureka.com. Thank you all.